こんにちは。
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 元気ですか？
元気ですよ。おかげさまで。
オリバーさんはどうですか？
元気ですよ。おかげさまで。
いいですね。素晴らしい。えっとね、あjust want to check with Aaron if he is going to join us. Uh, so I was going to actually give you guys a homework. Uh, I don't know if this is going to work. uh, for both this class and Saturday, but excuse me. Um, so I want you guys to record yourself, just a regular podcast again. And then I want you to listen to yourself, like really like pay attention to every single word. And then I want you to find places that you don't, well, you sound American or you don't sound uh, Japanese or I don't know if I said that this is kind of experimental because
Mhm.
you don't really know yet what it sounds like, what you should sound like to be Japanese,
Hi.
pure native Japanese, right? But I want you to just pay attention, and then if you can pick, uh, like if you notice if you sound American,
面白
yeah,
いですね。
hi. So like things that we talked about, like ta, te, to is one thing. Te, to, as opposed to te and to.
はい。
っていうのが、or as opposed to っていうのが、あ、和樹と申します。should be 和樹と申します、right? Because we've worked on these things so many times already. I wonder, like, if you could actually really hear it when you watch yourself. And the reason why I thought about this was I recorded the second video, did the voiceover for the travel for spring, and when I recorded the first one, I watched it, and then I was kind of like I was a little bit surprised how much stronger my accent was in the video, and I thought it was kind of shocking. And Pam noticed that like I sounded like I had more accent, and I was like, "Yeah, that's really true." and but what I was actually doing during the process was that I really wanted to enunciate and each word, and then wanted to sound American. My goal was not to just sound American, but like so people would understand when they listen to me, right? I don't want people to go like, "Oh, what did he say?" So that's important. So I enunciated, and then as a result, I sounded more like my accent got stronger. And at one certain point, when I say, so I say something like along the park, and it say like Chipmunk Park, and when I describe the place in Hokkaido, and then when I said Chipmunk Park, I thought my accent sounded so strong, and I followed this guy on Instagram who traveled from Egypt to Tokyo to Japan without flying, and I thought I sounded Egyptian. I thought I sounded like him. So then this time I actually relaxed a little bit more and still enunciated. And I sounded so much better. And then now when I listen to both videos, like side by side, I can tell my accent is so much better in the second video, only like 2 months after I recorded it. And now I know how to work on my accent. When I listen to myself, I know how to fix it too, for the most part. And certain places I can almost, like, if I just listen to it, if I didn't know it was me, I feel like I might think that this guy is an American guy. Certain places. So I thought that maybe you guys could do the same thing. Yeah, and accent detection is really important, I think, because when you can detect it, you can fix it. At least you know it's not right. You won't keep doing it. That's the goal. Because I can,
that's holding me back from
right, yeah,
recording it because I know I'm going to sound terrible.
Yeah. Well,
Don't
like,
wanna- But I just get used to it. If it's a practice, I record, I listen to it, do it the next day, record and listen. It's just
well,
to improve.
sounding terrible is actually just like almost like winning half the battle.
Right. If I recognize.
But knowing what sounds terrible, like, can you find one syllable that sounds terrible? That's a different level. Yeah. And I can keep telling you guys, okay, change that, change this, change that. But if you can't really hear what I'm talking about, it's gonna be, it's gonna take much longer. So yeah, I've been thinking about like how to improve these things like fast as possible, Yeah. Even the word I said earlier, different level, that's actually a good example, because if a Japanese person were to work on those two words, they would just first what most Japanese people tend to do is just write a different in a level in katakana, because they need some kind of reference to be able to pronounce those words. And they write di, fa, ren, to. Level, different level. That sounds nothing like different level, right? Yeah. So D is the same, but is very different than fa. And rent is very different than rento. Differento, different. So yeah, like find like a syllable by syllable. Yeah. So it'll be interesting, I think. 今日は質問はありますか？
Yeah.
今のところはない。
今のところはないですか？わかりました。Okay, let's see. あ、おたくさん来た。おたくさん、こんにちは。
こんにちは。
元気ですか？
元気ですよ。元気ですか？
おかげさまで元気ですよ。Okay. I just explained this but right before you came. But I want you guys to do work on the homework. So I want you guys to record yourself and then find places that you think you sound American. And I want you to train yourself. I want you to train yourself to be able to find it yourself. So
Just our standard Jiko Shokai.
yeah, use your standard Jiko Shokai. Yeah. So you can watch this video later and then like the background, or like where I'm coming from for the idea. So yeah. So like when you say, for example, I'm just going to use Pam's line because I have it right here. So one line Pam-san says is わからないことが多いけど、もっとわかるように頑張っています。Now, a lot of people, I'm just gonna like talk like how a lot of people say. So a lot of people tend to go like わからないことが多いけど、as opposed to 多いけど, like 多い, like a toy. If you can like hear, like if I said oi, doesn't sound Japanese, right? If I say oi, that sounds like Japanese. もっとわかるように頑張っています。That one. If you say moto,
Yeah.
moto, わかるように、わかるように、ように、like as opposed to ように、頑張っています or something like that, right? Yeah. Then if you think, oh yeah, that sounds American, like if I sound like a hillbilly or something like that, then what syllable makes you sound like a hillbilly, right? Yeah. So if you can kind of like just pinpoint those things, then you can really improve your own accent. Yeah. And I'm curious how this will like help you. So this is kind of an experimental thing. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So we worked on, oh yeah, all of a sudden, you didn't get to see these sentences. If you don't mind, we can just do like a quick review. Okay, how about this? I haven't had ramen in a while. How do you say that? I haven't had ramen in a while.
ラーメンを食べていない。
How long?
しばらくぶり。
What's the whole sentence?
しばらくぶりにラーメンを食べていない。
Anyone else?
しばらくラーメンを食べていない。
Right. So as soon as you add buri ni, the wait is over. You already did it.
Oh.
Or you're going to do it. Now wait is over. Now I'm gonna do it. So
Like you're at
tabete
the top.
inai is haven't been eating. So the wait is not over yet. You're just describing current situation. So tabete inai is haven't eaten. Still haven't. How long? A while, in a while, right?
Mhm.
So what's the word for a while?
しばらく。
しばらく. You cannot add buri to that.
Oh,
So quick review. しばらく, if you use しばらく, you cannot use ていない or ている.
oh.
Oh, しばらく. What I meant to say was buri, if you use ぶりに or ぶり.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Because I was about to
yeah.
say, I've got what we wrote down last week.
Yeah, so しばらくラーメンを食べていない. That's good. But if you use ぶりに, it needs to be usually past affirmative or
食べた
present affirmative. Yeah, 食べた ate. And because the wait is now over, right? So ぶり is like, if you think of it as a break. So you can use present affirmative as well as a future tense. Because now the wait is over, I'm going to do it. You're about to, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And negative tense doesn't work either if you use ぶりに. Makes sense, right? The wait is now over. I'm not going to do it. Wait, the wait is not over. Yeah. Or wait is over. I didn't do it. Doesn't make sense. Okay, so that's しばらくラーメンを食べていない. Can you guys say that?
しばらく
しばらく。
しば
Shibaraku.
しばらく.
しばらく
しばらく
ラーメンを
Shibaraku.
ラーメンを食べていない。
食べていない。
This sentence is a good sentence because there's ramen. So don't let your tongue touch the palate or anywhere, not the back. You don't want to go ramen go or anything. So try this. Ramen.
ラーメンを
Much better. しばらくラーメンを食べていない。
しばらくラーメンを食べていない。
Good, good, good. Oliver said 食べて。
食べて。
Much better. 食べていない。
食べていない。
That's so much better. You said 食べていない。Yeah. So that's the second. If you want to say something like this, Aaron hasn't been to the ramen Tatsuya in Round Rock yet.
Hano-san wa shibaraku.
Do you remember the sentence?
I'm trying to remember from.
Aaron hasn't been to the
Yeah.
ramen Tatsuya in Round Rock yet.
Hano-san wa I gotta look at.
Anyone else?
アレンさんはまだラウンドラックのラーメンの達也
It's
に
called the ramen Tatsuya, not ramen no Tatsuya.
ラーメン達也に行ったことがない。
Oliverさん。
アランさんはまだラウンドラックのラーメン達也に行っていない。
So when you hear Aaron hasn't been to the Ramen Tatsuya yet in Round Rock, has he ever been there in your mind?
Oh, no, he hasn't.
He hasn't. Then Itteinai doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well, like in English, it can be either way, right?
Mm.
Yeah. But often I think most people would think he hasn't been there yet. He's never been there. So if that's the case, how would you translate it?
アランさんはまだランドラックのラーメン達也に行ったことがない。
行ったことがない right? Now that has never been there. Both are correct, just so you know. まだ行っていない. He hasn't been there yet.
I actually did make a
Oh.
point to go last week.
Oh, cool.
Ah,
It was takeout, but I still went. So.
But although when I think about it, まだラウンドロックのラーメン達也に行っていない sounds like he hasn't gone there yet.
Well, that's
Like-
kind of
Yeah, but like if we kind of like if we were like a meeting there, we were all meeting. Has he been there yet? Has he gone there yet? Is he there yet? Kind of meaning.
he's on his way.
Is he on his way?
Like-
まだ行っていない kind of sounds like that.
like he's waiting for him to show up.
Yeah.
We should all be excited because it's his first time.
Right. But even then, if you said まだ行っていない sounds like he's never been there. Yeah. It sounds like.
Well, that's what we're trying. That's a sentence, right?
Yeah.
Hasn't been.
Right. But if I say hasn't been, basically we have two choices, right? Haven't had, Aaron hasn't had ramen. Has not done. Okay. アーロンさんはまだランドロックのラーメン達也に行ったことがない。どうぞ。
アランさんはまだランドラックのラーメン達也に行ったことがない。
行ったことがない。
ラーメン達也に行ったことがない。
行ったことがない。スモツ。
行ったことがない。
はい。And Aaron has been to the ramen tatsuya at 183 and the Cedar Park.
Aaron さんは183とシーラーパークのラーメン達也に行ったことがある。
アルバさん。
英語の文章もう一回お願いします。
はい。英語の文章は Aaron has been to the ramen tatsuya at 183 and Cedar Park. Yes.
アランさんは Cedar Park 180 183のラーメン達也にいたことがある。
So those are two different locations. 183 and
Oh.
in Cedar Park.
Oh, so Aaron さんはシーダーパークと183のラーメン達也に行ったことがある。
そうです。行ったことがある。
行ったことがある。
はい。ですね。はい。Okay. Now, how about this? The same sentence, same idea, but adding only. Aaron has only been to the Ramen Tatsuya at 183 and Cedar Park. It's a good one.
アロンさん
Oliver-san. I thought Oliver was about to say it or something.
Oh.
Or what are you?
I
Um,
was going, but Oliver can go first.
If
Wait.
so we added only to it. Aaron has only been to the Ramen Tatsuya at 183 and Cedar Park.
oh,
Yeah. If you have like some idea, I want to hear yours first because you weren't here last week.
I actually don't have an idea for that one yet.
Okay. So only, right? So if you want to use only, you can look at chapter 11. I'm gonna share its screen maybe.
Do you want to go ahead and go?
Let's see. What'd you say, Alon-san?
Oh, I was wondering if you wanted me to just go ahead and go.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
アロンさんは183とシーダーパークのラーメン達也にしか行ったことがない。
そうですね。Yeah, so アロンさんは183とシーダーパークのラーメン達也にしか行ったことがない。
Ah,
That would be what most people would say. If they like ramen tatsuya, that is. Kind of like when you use shika, you have to use negative form, right? So it's kind of like
Right.
Aaron hasn't been to Ramen Tatsuya except at the 183 and Cedar Park locations.
oh, okay.
Yeah, almost kind of like adding. Unfortunately, I haven't been to all the other ones. I've had only 2 locations. So that's with the shika in the negative tense. Can we use dake?
Yes.
Yeah. How would that be if we use dake?
アランさんは 183とシーダーパークに行ったけ。Oh, wait.
So where does dake come according to the table?
There's particle A, and then dake is particle, or no. There's particle A, and then dake comes after the particle A.
Right. So we have Ramen Tatsuya ni, two Ramen Tatsuya, right?
Yeah.
So ni is particle, one of particle A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. アランさんは183とシーダーパークにだけいたことがある。
いや、シーダーパークのラーメン達也にだけ。
Oh.
いや、ラーメン達也。By the way, it's 183. A lot of Japanese people pronounce th sound as s.
Okay.
Suri?
Suri.
Suri.
Yeah, yeah.
One,
Yeah, they will all say suri.
three, Suri.
Yeah. Thank you will be thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that common usage now? Thank you.
Thank you has been very common for many years, even since the 80s or 70s, maybe.
I know Sankyu's associated with Hatsune Miku, because I guess
Yeah.
Miku also translates 39, which is Sankyu, which run together. Sounds like Sankyu.
Sankyu, 39.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's really new.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like
Ye-
after 2010, right? Yeah. Different age.
Thank you.
Okay. So that's the review from last week. Then what I was thinking about was introducing some many.
Mm.
So since we have been working on, have done something before, right? So if you go to the study guides folder and go to some many file. Okay, O-san is here, A-san is here. Okay. So let's first look at this. Sometimes, there are times. What is this? Present affirmative or negative sentence plus ことがある. ことがある is the same, isn't it?
Hi.
Yeah. But what we have been doing so far is 言ったことがある, which is the past tense. But here you have to use present. So 行くことがある. And how did we translate ことがある? こと as a like occasion?
Mhm.
Hi.
there are occasions that I went, would be I've been there before. I have that experience. If we say the present tense, 行く, to go, there are occasions, there are times that I do go to Ramen Tatsuya, for example. So there are occasions, sounds like there are some occasions, right? So you can translate it as sometimes. ラーメン達也に行くことがあります。Sometimes I go to Ramen Tatsuya. And you can use either affirmative or negative. ラーメン達也に行かないことがあります。Sometimes I don't go to Ramen Tatsuya. That sounds like you're like some hardcore regular, but yeah, grammatically speaking, yeah, you can use that. And so that's ことがある, right? And we're saying that they are. And the next one, this one's interesting. Changing the subject marker ga with mo also. So there are also times that I go to Ramen Tatsuya, or maybe I can change it to Michi or something. So it might be easier. There are also times that I go to Michi. Ramen Tatsuya, sorry, Michi? Yeah, Michi ni iku koto mo aru. Some other times I go to Michi.
Mm.
So the word sometimes, what is it? If we just translate the word sometimes by itself. Do you guys remember?
Tokidoki.
Tokidoki, yes. So if you kind of scroll down in the same table, related adverbs and expressions, tokidoki is there because you can always use it. But tokidoki and a lot is taksan, right? So those are good, but a lot of Japanese people actually use this expression a lot. Tokidoki is used, yes. You can even use tokidoki with this structure too. Tokidoki ramen tatsuya ni iku koto ga aru. Sometimes there are times I go to Ramen Tatsuya. And so aru, when you change it to oi is e adjective, meaning a lot. It means there are many times that I go to Ramen Tatsuya.
Mm.
Ramen Tatsuya ni iku koto ga oi. I go to Ramen Tatsuya a lot, often. So it's pretty rare for people to say Ramen Tatsuya ni takusan ikimasu. That sounds pretty funny.
Mm.
Takusan ikimasu. Yeah. Because takusan sounds like a lot, and it doesn't sound like frequently. It can, but go there a lot. Like I go there so much. Sounds too natural in English, I think.
I go there like 4 times a day or something.
Well, but like takusan doesn't necessarily sound like mean the frequency.
It's more like a
It's more like
actual
amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it can sound like you go there and then like you spend a lot of time there once you go there.
Or could it be like you go like different locations? frequently.
I wouldn't think that if I heard たくさん行きます。
Like someone who makes the rounds to different ramen tatsuyas.
I wouldn't really go that far because I wouldn't just assume there are like a lot of locations.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So, ことが多い is a lot. ことがある、こともある so far. Now, let's look at green one. Rarely. There are a few times. ことが少ない。少な is an E adjective stem.
はい。
So, ラーメン達也に行くことが少ない。There are a few times. The occasions that I go to ramen tatsuya are a few.
ああ、
Right.
few.
Yeah. So, 多い at the top and the 少ない at the bottom. And ある in the middle. Right.
ことがない。
ことがない is don't ever. There are not times. ラーメン達也に行くことがない。
私はラーメン達也に行くことがない。
行くことがない。I don't ever go there. Now, let's do something interesting. We just did present affirmative verb, right? 行くことがない。What if we make it negative? What would the sentence be? Can you guys say it? ラーメン達也に
Ramen tatsuya ni iku koto ga nakatta.
Well, you changed it ない to なかった。And you kept the affirmative. But present negative.
Ramen tatsuya ni
All right, what's the present negative of 行く?
ikanai.
行かない and the rest. What is it?
Ikanai koto ga
ない。
ない.
Nai.
Yeah. So what does that mean? There are never times. There are times that I what?
Don't ever.
Don't go.
Mhm.
What does that mean?
I
But
always
always.
Exactly. You're always there.
do. Ah,
Yeah. You go there all the time. Yeah. That sounds like you
Funny.
just go there every day, every single
Right.
day, maybe even 2 times a day or something, you know? Yeah. Yeah. So you can kind of use both affirmative or negative. in
Oh, and
front of
then
these.
the often, it's the same reverse, right?
Exactly, often. So if we said,
say I
ラーメン
never-
達也に行かないことが多い, what does that mean? There are many occasions that
I don't go.
I don't go. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that means I rarely go, right?
Right.
That
It's not
sounds-
never, but it's rare.
That to me sounds like you have opportunities, but you choose not to.
Yeah. So now you can really start to use the new ones, right?
Mm. Lots of choices.
Yeah. And here with the 少ない, you can use either ことが or ことは because even though 少ない is an affirmative word, 少な is an E adjective stem, it's not a negative word.
Okay.
However, it sounds a bit like negative word.
And that's why you could use the wa?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So sometimes people treat it as a negative word, negative tense. Yeah. And Yeah. So that's that, right? With working with the verb sentences. And a lot of them. So noun ga oi.
Mm.
Yeah. Very different kind of translation here. Actually, I want to look at some notes from Saturday. I thought Oliver and I worked on something.
Yes.
Let me look at. I might have. Yeah. Yeah, we had some good sentences actually.
質問あるんですけど、
はいはい。
few little of them. Can it be noun wa 少ない?
Yeah. Let's see. Well, we have like 15 minutes left only. So let's just work with the verbs a little bit more. So if we want to say something like Pam sometimes misses class. What is it? Sometimes.
Pam san wa
パムさんは
パムさんは
クラス
クラスが、
が
いい
欠
ことだね。
席
クラス
す
に
る
行くことがあ
こと
る。
がある。
Sometimes she shows
Need
up.
a witness.
Yeah, sometimes she shows up, some other times she doesn't. Sure. Frequency wise, that's probably correct, but that's not really like she misses class, right? So what's the expression? She misses class. Can you just say she misses class?
欠席
Oh.
パム
欠
さんは、
席。
パムさんは、
しました。欠席し
クラス
ました。
を
She misses, not she missed. Oliver, do you remember we worked on some verbs on Saturday?
はい。パムさんはクラスに休みました。
You guys all want to make it the past tense.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
What's the verb?
Oh, and it's the particle is O.
Oh, not O.
Oh,
Yeah, talking about the pronunciation. then.
パムさんは
Yeah, right here, everyone.
休む。
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 パムさんはクラスを休む。休めている。
What? 休めている。
休む。
休めている is she is resting her class. 休める is expression. So
休める。
yeah, let something take a break kind of thing. But that's not what she's doing. So Papaさんはクラスを休む, right? So that's she misses the class. And there are occasions that she misses class. So how do you say that? According to this, there are times.
パムさんはクラスを
Yeah.
休むことがある。
Yeah. パンさんはクラスを休むことがある、everyone.
パンさんはクラスを休むがある。
休むことがある。
休むことがある。こと is important, all of a sudden.
Oh,
You said
yeah.
休むがある。Yeah.
休むことがある。
Yes. And if we use こともある, there are also times she misses class. There are times she misses class. Oh, how do I translate this? Also, kind of referring to that, the other times that she doesn't miss class.
ハムさんはクラスを休むこともある。
Yes. 休むこともある。That sounds like it's a little bit less frequent. ことがある。Slightly less. Okay. So that's with the verb 休む, right? Saying the same thing. Pam sometimes misses class, but let's change the verb. There are times she doesn't come to class. What's the sentence? So we're saying there are times, right? So ことがある isn't going to be the same. What's the sentence before that? There are times that
She misses class.
no,
Oh,
she doesn't come to class. We changed the verb.
パ
So
ム
we're
さん
gonna use negative sentence in front of ことがある. How
は
do
い。
you say she doesn't come to class?
来ない。
パムさんはクラスを
She doesn't come what?
Huh?
She doesn't come what? You said class all.
クラスに
Yeah.
来ない
What's to not come?
来ない
Everyone.
来ない。
Everyone?
ない。
来ない.
Oh. Ah.
Could change this to 来ない, right? Aaron-san, what's the rest?
来ない
Yeah.
OK パムさんはクラスに来ないことがある。
I need to hear the verb again. クラスに what?
パムさんはクラスに来ないことがある。
Yeah. Okay.
来ない
It's 来ない. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not 来わない. Okay. So you see, well, we can express the same thing in 3 different ways so far. And if we want to say it's a little bit less frequent that she misses class, we can change the こと来ないことがある to 来ないこともある.
So I attend more often with Mo.
来ないこともある. You attend more. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So if you say タムさんはクラスに来ないこともある, sounds like there are times she misses class. So like, well, we all have life. So, it doesn't really sound like she misses class that often. Okay. How about we use rarely? There are a few times. How about Aaron rarely misses class?
アロンさんはクラスを休むことが少ない。
Exactly. アロンさんはクラスを休むことが少ない. Everyone.
アランさんはクラスを休むことが少ない。
ことが
人が少ない。
ない。
そうですね. Okay, how about this? Let's keep going. Kazuki never misses class.
たすきさんはクラスを休むことが少ない。Oh, no, no. かすきさんは
Really?
クラスを、
He doesn't ever. What is it?
はい。
What is it, everyone? He never, right?
休むことがない。
ことがない。
はい。
Yeah.
たすきさん、たすきさんは
Yeah, go ahead.
クラス、
I don't know, I want you to work on this. I want you to, I know you're putting words together, but remember to stop after the particle.
うん。
Yeah, クラスを try that.
ハムさんはクラスを休むことがない。
So much better. Okay, how about this? Kazuki has never missed class. The first one was Kazuki never misses class. This one is Kazuki has never missed class.
和樹さんはクラスを休んだことがない。
Everyone.
たすき
Kazuki さんはクラスを休んだことがない。
クラス。
和樹さんは
クラ
クラスを休んだことがない。
ことがない。
そうですね。
休んだことがない。
そう。休む changes to 休んだ past tense ことがない。So I think it's good to go back and forth, right?
はい。
Yeah. Has never, has done this before to there are times, or he doesn't ever, or he always does this kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into the noun version of it today because it's pretty much time. But these are very different. Like a lot of them, some of them, even advanced speakers, they don't know how to say some.
よく。
Yeah. So these are like related words that are used often.
まず。
まず, yeah, first of all, yeah. There are some good words.
本当 Oh,
本当?
no, almost.
Oh, you're reading
ほと
this.
んど。
Yeah, ほとんど. Yeah. Yeah, maybe some of the words are familiar to you. You guys. 珍しい. This is a good one too. 珍しい, when you look at it, look it up in dictionary, I think it tells you that it means rare.
うん。
珍しい英語. 珍しい. Rare, right?
うん。
Sure, it does mean rare, but you can use it as unusual. As in pattern, unusual pattern.
うん。
Yeah. So for example, if I was eating at Ramen Tatsuya and then in walks Aaron, 珍しいですね。Unusual for you to be in South Austin. Right? Unusual pattern.
Mm.
Yeah. It's not so much, oh, it's rare. Right? That's not what we say. We often say, we use the word unusual more often than rare, I think. So, 今日はここまでです。
ありがと
あ
うございます。
りがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。じゃあ、
No, next week, no class.
next week is Christmas Eve, so no class. But Saturday,
Mm.
class will be there. And Let's Speak Japanese bi-weekly is happening as well.
Mm.
Yeah, at 3 o'clock.
So people show up?
So people show up. Brian has RSVP, yes. So yeah, I don't know. I know it's been kind of like low. Attendance has been a little bit low. Maybe I feel like people haven't really caught up with the change or something, but that's okay. じゃあ、
じゃあまた。
また
また
来週
土曜日
土。曜日ですね。
土曜日ですね。
じゃあ。